It's my life.
Hey, it's my life, my worry. Yes,
Who's that a clue? Who everyone? Who are you interviewing today?
Dr.
Yeah.
Alban.
I didn't
Yes.
realize actually. I was again looking for some stuff on him. A DJ. Didn't know. I know
Mm-hmm.
obviously knew the thing that everyone used to go on about that he was a dentist.
Yes.
And
Yes,
I
he
think
was.
similar to Rosala, what's interesting, they were kind of late in their age to hit the
Mm-hmm.
big time. You know, he was in his
Yep.
30s basically. In fact, probably older. I think he was born in what 57. So he was about 34
Wow.
when It's My Life smashed it. So it's lovely, you know, what's age got to do with it, especially when you're making music. It's not like being a tennis
Yeah.
player or you know, you could be whatever. Yeah, he was in his 30s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gosh, he looks good
He looks
then.
amazing. I mean, absolutely
Yeah.
amazing. He looked amazing at the time.
Wow. Yeah.
Um, I think the interesting thing was that also 30 singles the guy's had since the 90s. That's a lot of records. One a year, you
And
could
he
say.
and he sold, is it 16 million? Did I get that
Millions,
right?
millions, platinum
I
singles.
think
Four of
it
those
was,
singles were platinum off the first album, I think.
yeah, I think it was 16 million. Well, I'll
Yeah,
double check it with
7
him, but yeah,
albums.
a lot.
And one thing I'm again we think we've touched on this before, but you can have that one single. So It's My Life used on endless ads, TV trailers, commercials, whatever. Most famously, the Tampax ad, and that's a big earner, right? I mean,
But who would have thought, when you get asked for a Tampax ad, you're like, not that cool, but okay, we'll do it. It makes some money. But that actually, I think that must have been the thing that got him to the number two spot in the UK because that was a British commercial. So,
yep,
ta da! Who would have thought?
ka-ching on that one. Yeah, I'm curious. You know, again, is that one of those hits that just keeps him financially secure? I can't
Yeah.
remember if he
I
wrote
also
his
like
songs, to be
Sing
honest. Yeah,
Hallelujah. Do
absolutely.
you remember
Big,
that one?
big,
Sing
big, big, big.
Hallelujah. That
No
was a big
Coke,
tune
the
as
original
well.
one was fantastic with the
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
Fela Kuti beats. I loved it. Loved it. Working, of course, with the late, great Dennis Pop,
Yeah.
the producer,
Yeah.
RIP.
Yeah. That guy
Yeah,
did so much good stuff.
for
So
the Max
the
Martin of
thing that
his
I
day. Gone.
found quite interesting, when you started to look in the High Mag magazine
Mm,
collection, that there really wasn't that much press, or there was virtually no press on Dr. Alban in the UK. And I think it just showed something that I always felt living in the UK, that as far as the UK, especially the UK press goes, you can make poppy, cheesy music, but only if you are doing it like tongue in cheek. Like you
mm.
have to be slightly sarcastic about it and go, I know it's cheesy, but we're doing it. And a lot of the Euro dance and the Europop acts didn't do that. So they did it seriously, and that was just not acceptable
Yeah.
in the
I mean, to our
UK.
limited
It's
look,
like, then
you would.
you're uncool. We're not going to touch you. The records were still selling, but the press wasn't there.
Yeah, I think he's an interesting case because look, I went very deep looking at High Mag stuff and going through as much as I could. Obviously, the whole archive is not yet digitized. Were it digitized, it might have sprung up something that I just missed and couldn't find. It did mention him a lot of just what he was releasing and singles and things like that. But yeah, there was nothing really substantial like a bit. The only thing I could find, and annoyingly seemed to have gone missing, was this Smash Hits from 1992. Do you know who that is on the cover?
No.
Nor do I.
Famous Five. Oh,
Is it?
is it Take That?
I think it's is it Take That or yeah, it's Take That.
Right.
Um, and that was the only thing I could find from like 1992 with the one page on him. That's it. As I said, apart
Wow.
from mentioning he's gone gold, he's gone platinum, he's gone this. I have a little theory, which again, you know, by all means, ask him. See if he remembers doing the UK fest. I really couldn't find stuff in all the smash hits, the face, the enemy, all the music mags of the time. I think he did some Euro mags, so Bravo, Televisia, and all those kind of ones. But what I have a theory, I mean, not a theory, but it's, you know, he released a
Right.
track actually a couple of years ago, I think just around about COVID time, called Drama, and it was about his relationship with the tabloid press. So maybe he
Mm-hmm.
consciously wanted to not be in the press. He was smart. He thought they're just going to take the mickey out of me. They're going to say things that aren't true, because he was very anti-Swedish journalist. So maybe he actively didn't want to be in the press. He said,
Okay.
my music's going to do it. So I think that's a big one.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'll discuss that with him. Yeah, and I do think that whole thing with the British press for sure. If you weren't being tongue in cheek about it, then you really shouldn't be doing anything poppy. Because it wasn't necessarily because it was a European act, from Sweden. Because, for instance, Nene Cherry, I mean, she was
True,
from Sweden,
true.
massive in the UK, very cool.
Mm,
But there was definitely a lot of the stuff that we were playing on MTV that came from Europe that was for the British press for sure was taking itself a bit too seriously, and so they wouldn't touch it. But talking about European and British, and I just want to read out to you, James, because you may not even know
mm.
we have listeners from all over the world. So if you're listening right now and I don't list your name, let us know, right? But this is the list that I've got. So our listeners are from the UK, Netherlands, the USA, Russia, Finland, Germany, Portugal, Ireland, France, Norway, Sweden, Spain, Poland, Australia, Belize, Denmark, Romania, Belgium, India, Argentina, Italy, Bulgaria, Canada, Dominican Republic, Estonia, Israel, Iceland, Montenegro, Malaysia, New Zealand, Serbia, and Singapore.
Love it. Love it.
How crazy is that?
Global.
We're global. We are global. So if you're listening right now and we haven't listed your country on here, because there's also some where it says unknown.
Mm.
So if you're in one of the unknown countries, let us know. Drop us a line, leave a comment, and tell us where you're at. So
And
yeah.
share, spread what we're doing, because we want to gather
Oh
not
yes.
just the party's own generations who watched it, lived it at the time, the people who pined for it, but new people who are interested in the history of dance, and the acts, and who
Yeah.
we covered. And by the way, before you go off and speak with Dr. Alban, to give you that 30-year scare again. I mean, it was December '92. It was an MTV dance we did with him. Again, I can't remember whether it was in the studio or we did it probably on a boat from like some Swedish event. Do you remember actually interviewing him? It was a dance episode of Dance.
Could it have been at the Stockholm Water
Yeah.
Festival, maybe?
Yes. Yes. Could be.
I think it could.
Test
Okay,
his
well, I'll
memory.
find out. I'll ask him. Yes, I will do. All right, James, thank you. Dr. Alban Nwapa, better known, of course, to everyone as simply Dr. Alban. Oh, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, it's such a pleasure. And it's funny. The last few days, I've really come to realize something. I have to apologize to you. I have to apologize to you because doing some research into you and really re listening to all your songs made me realize that for many, many years, I completely underestimated you as an artist. You are so much more than I realized. I was like, I felt quite bad. I'm like, I just kind of lumped you in with just a Europop. That's what you were. And then when I listened back, even the songs that I knew, I
Yeah,
realized I'm like, no, you were way more. I mean, Hello Africa, that's not Europop. No Coke, can't call that Europop. Even
yeah,
Sing
pop, yeah,
Hallelujah.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
your music was actually, and still to this day, is actually very broad.
Yes, thank you for that.
But
Better late than be late.
right. And I'm not saying I didn't like your music. Of course, everybody has sung along and partied to your music, no doubt.
Yeah, yes.
But do you feel like that's happened a lot to you? That people kind of underestimated you, even when you were like scoring all these hits?
Yeah, I think so. You absolutely right. This is so many people. They've said this thing to me. Just
Yeah.
what you just said. I've had it so many from so many people,
Really?
and I just wonder how come. How come is it? Probably because I have a university degree as a dentist, and people were thinking like he's not a musician. He's not an artist. It was just a stroke of luck that he find himself there, and he's supposed to be in the dental clinic. He's supposed
Right.
to be in the hospital, and I don't know what it is, but I know that many people really underestimated me. I know they do.
Yeah, and even I didn't even realize, for instance, that you were a lot more club than I knew. You know that you'd been a DJ and you were playing more underground music, and that you had your own
Yeah,
nightclub, Alphabet Street. All that
yeah.
stuff, I didn't realize. I just thought you were kind of, I don't know, just kind of found in the dentistry
Yeah,
practice.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. I don't know what I was thinking, but it was a. Tell me about the club. Tell me about that period. So the club Alphabet Street, you were a DJ or you were an owner? What?
I was both the owner and the DJ. So I was playing reggae, raga, hip hop, house, and this club went every Thursday night,
Yeah,
middle of Stockholm City.
yeah.
Huge, very huge.
So, but that was a really unusual move for you because, okay, so if we rewind your story a bit more, we
Yeah,
end up we're going to southeast Nigeria where you're born in this middle class family. Your dad is a doctor.
yeah,
You know, you guys, it's all your whole family seem to be all about education, and you know, it's like your brothers apparently ended up being, you know, like diplomats and lawyers, and you know, it was a very
yeah,
different setting. So you
yes.
grow up in this family and then you end up running a nightclub in
Yeah, I
Sweden.
know. I know. I know. But how I actually ended up in the nightclub is that while I was in the university, I needed some money to support the studies.
Yeah, because you were
So I
studying.
went, yeah, I was in the university, so University of Stockholm. So I had to support the studies somehow. So I had to go to this club, make money. I started really as a cleaner in this club. And then a day that the DJ didn't show up,
Wow.
I was pushed and forced to be a DJ by force. So a DJ that never showed up, that was the beginning of Dr. Alban.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, yeah, you can imagine. So you can imagine that night, the first night, being a DJ didn't know how to mix. The records was stopping in between. I was late in set, putting on the next track, and the songs were the BPM, the tempos were varying a lot. People were just come on, but the nightclub owner said the guy is sick. Do it. Do the
Wow.
best you can. Good luck, and that was it.
So you were born in a family of 10 children, is that right?
Yes, right.
And is it true it was all boys? Please tell me that's not true.
Not all boys. No, that's
Oh, I was
wrong.
going to say, your
It,
poor
it,
mom.
listen, it's five. Listen, the funny part of it is that it's five boys and five girls.
Ah, okay.
How
Okay.
the hell can that be? How can that be?
That's nice.
Five, five boys and five girls.
It's perfect. It's
Definitely,
yeah.
definitely is perfect. Yeah.
Wow. So, but then when you were 10 years old, a civil war broke out.
Yes.
I mean, how did you experience that?
Oh, it was terrible. I mean, hearing all these aeroplanes flying, these jets flying over, and then we were taking cover, and these bombs were dropping, and transport communications were bad, nothing at all, no food, not 3 square meters a day, running waters, there was no running waters, there was nothing, electricity, no. So it was a hell of a time, but that war ended up after 3 years.
Yeah. Wow.
I managed to survive.
So,
Mm.
I mean, with all the wars that are going on in the world and the refugees, I mean, how does it feel to witness that as someone who's experienced war?
Well, I know what it is. I've seen it all. So when I look at Ukraine today, I just feel sorry and terrible, and I feel that I feel that that war is not really. is not really motivated. It's just crazy that that war is going on now, and
Yeah.
I know because I've been in that situation before.
Yeah.
It's terrible, horrible,
Yeah.
horrible.
Has that experience shaped you in any form? Has it given you a certain level of resilience, maybe that you may not have had otherwise, or was it just pure, just evil, horrible? Don't want to think about it, or do you actually feel like it's still helped shape you in some shape or form?
Well, I it has shaped me a lot because I know what it is. Hearing all these jet fighters moving up, all and down, up and down, the bombs dropping, no water, no electricity, no food.
Yeah.
And that's why I've been writing. All my songs are basically like Hail Africa. It's just was telling these African leaders to stop fussing and fighting, unite,
Yeah.
and when you fuss and fight, you can't get no development. You don't get no development at all.
Yeah.
You need to negotiate. You need to talk. It's fussing and fighting. Don't you're not going to go anywhere. I don't see. There's no reason for any war. You need to talk. You need to negotiate. So I've seen it all. So
Yeah.
when I wrote Hell Africa, I was thinking that these people are crazy. You need to talk to each other
Yeah.
because when you force and fight, you don't get anywhere.
Yeah. Well, and I guess that's that whole thing is carried with you in all your music, because all your music pretty much has had uplifting, positive messages. You're always trying to tell people something, or share
Yeah.
some positive thoughts with them. So how are the reactions, or how have they been throughout the years from fans? Do they really appreciate that?
Yes, I've seen how it's like going on with all the tours I've been doing, and it's the '90s tour. It's been so many people, and sing Hallelujah, it's my life. It's been played in. I mean, the money I still collect a lot of writers
Yeah.
fee. So much money coming in from these songs.
Yeah.
So these songs are being played on daily basis. So it's been huge. And
Yeah.
when I look back, I said, "Oh my God!" Now I can realize how good these songs were, or
Yeah.
how good they are still.
Yeah. Yeah, they just make you happy. You can't you can't
Yeah,
help but
yeah,
sing along. And
yeah.
and I guess so it's my life, to a certain extent, at the time, was you saying to your family, this is my life. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make music. Because did they not really understand what you were doing? Because you were from such an academic, and
Family.
professional
Mm,
family. Did they not
yeah.
get it?
In the beginning, it was so difficult. It was very difficult because they thought, "What the hell is he doing? It's crazy." We sent him there to study and come back, so it was difficult. But when the songs got very big, then they started thinking differently. But
Yeah.
in the beginning, it was difficult. They got motivated as the songs got bigger and bigger. And when they see on the screen back home in Nigeria, so the homeboy big in Europe, so everybody is congratulating them. So
Yeah.
so people go, "Hey, we saw in this morning on MTV. We saw hi this morning on this and that and that. Your song, oh, what a good song, what a great track." Then it became much better. They felt okay,
Yeah.
and then now after it got so huge with the Small Life and Sing Hallelujah, they practically accepted the whole situation.
Right.
Yes.
So talking about MTV, so James Hyman and I were trying to figure out when we met. And I'm thinking, could it have been, so it was for MTV Dance for sure. We know that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but we were wondering where it was. Did we do something at the Stockholm Water Festival, maybe?
We
Or
did. We did. We actually
right.
did. Yeah,
Okay.
we did. Yeah.
Okay. And my mum, funny enough, when I said I was interviewing you, she said, "Oh, you introduced me to him. Apparently, I was walking on a market somewhere in London one day and you were there." And I went, "Oh, this is Dr. Alban. This is my mother." I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't even remember that anymore, but she does. She's like, oh, I met him.
Oh God, that's good. That's
Wow.
cool.
So how is your memory? I mean, do you remember all the like the craziness from back then? Did you really register it? Because many of us don't. So I'm wondering how that is for you.
Not not everything, but I try as much as I can. Not
Wow.
remembering everything. No, so much happened. So
Yeah.
much happened. But I remember the big ones. I do remember, but not so many things happened. No, I
Yeah.
don't remember everything now.
So tell me about Dennis Pop, because of course he played a big role in your career. So tell me about that. Tell me about how you
That's
met
it. That's a
him.
that's a good question that many people don't know. We this Alphabet Street actually. So one Thursday night, he was a guest DJ, and then I played before him. And when I played, I was just like talking, chatting in between records, and many people, many DJs didn't do that. So he said, "What the hell are you doing? It sounds good. Can we record this?" I thought he was joking. See, he was just an ordinary DJ, and I just run this club and just play in this club once in a week. And he
Yeah.
played normally Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in a club in Stockholm. So he
Yeah.
was just an ordinary DJ. So we decided. I thought he was joking, so we decided, okay, let's do it. So that's when I came to his studio in Stockholm South, down south in Stockholm. He brought this demo tape of Hello Africa, and the beats were jungle beats and all that. And then I said, one thing I know is that this song is going to be called Hello Africa. That's the only thing I said.
Yeah.
He asked me why. I said, but the beats are jungle, the beats are African. I took the beat home and I started writing. And then I said, come on, these guys over, Hello Africa, tell me, how are you guys doing? Are
Yeah.
you are you putting your things together?
Yeah.
Unite, stop fussing and fighting, get your shits together and all that. So that's how I came about with the track and the lyrics. And we recorded the track, and the track got big in Europe.
Did it get big in Africa at the time?
Yes,
Yes.
huge. Mm.
And so you continued working with him. Of course, he sadly passed away in
Yeah,
1998. It was right. I mean, really very young.
yeah, yeah. Very young.
Huge loss. I mean,
I
oh my
know. Cancer.
goodness.
Yeah,
He managed to do a lot in his short life, though, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
really,
He did.
really
Yeah,
left a stamp on the music industry.
yeah.
Um, so, were you still working with him at that time?
Yeah, until when he got sick, there was not
Yeah.
much to do. So I started working with other people. We did 3 albums. We did the Hill
Wow.
Africa album. We did the One Love album with It's My Life Sing Hallelujah. And
Yeah.
we did the Lucas Talking album. That's the third album. So
Yeah.
we did 3 albums. And on the fourth one, that was when he got sick. We
Wow.
worked on 3 albums, 3 successful albums.
Yeah. So how was that for you afterwards? I mean, did you feel kind of lost after that? Because that was
Yeah,
your anchor, and
yeah. We started at the same. He was nobody, and I was nobody. And he got big, and I got big
yeah,
at the same
yeah,
time with the Hail Africa.
yeah,
After Hail Africa, so many people came looking for him to produce. Ace of Base came,
yeah,
Backstreet Boys came, and all that.
yeah.
So
Wow. And I mean, Hello Africa has lived a long life actually. You did it, was it just a few years ago? Was it SARS? How do you is that how SAR,
with Sash,
SARS? So
yeah, we
did
did a
a
remix, a remix.
yeah. And that's really
Yeah,
cool because it's got that real kind of Nigerian kind of sound, right? The Afrobeat
yeah,
sound. Because of
yeah,
course that
yes,
is now huge. Nigerian music is
yeah. I know it's huge.
huge.
It's huge. Yeah, it is. It is.
I mean, how cool is that?
But cool. Probably I have to do a remake of that, really, in Afrobeat.
Yeah, I mean Justin Bieber has just done an Afrobeat track. Ed Sheeran did one. Brandy did one. I mean, it's just,
Yeah, it's
everyone
huge.
from the
Yeah,
West is now. But before, people from Africa wanted to go to the West. Now people from the West
yeah,
are coming to Africa, or from the States, from
yeah,
the UK, and trying to make
yeah,
music with the musicians there.
yeah,
That must
yeah.
feel kind of good. But the thing I find interesting in your music is that you always have seemed to take your African roots with you in your music.
Yes, yes.
Y-
I've always believed that originality is the key to success. I've always believed that you should keep that root, and the whole vibe and the whole how I started is the drum beat, the Hill Africa sound, the accent, the lyrics, and why should I move away from that?
Yeah.
That was the whole. That was how I got started, and it got very big, and people got to know me. So I still keep that going on, even though I did things like I did No Coke after that, and then went about doing It's My Life and Sing Hallelujah. That was more upbeat, more
Mm-hmm.
faster. That was Euro pop.
Yeah.
Then I still think that I've done so many different kinds of sound, but I still keep the African vibe
Yeah.
all the time, all the
Yeah.
time. And don't want to go away from that.
And I think in a way it's good to own who you are. I heard Mr. C say the other day, he called himself an elder. He said, "I'm the elder of the rave scene," and he's like, "Why move away from that?" And for you, you're an African man in
Mm.
Stockholm, in Sweden. Um, this is who you are, and so you were
Yeah.
being just genuine to yourself. How was that actually coming from Africa to Sweden, or coming from Nigeria to Sweden? W- were there many black people in Stockholm? Was it, I
Not
mean,
not at that time. Not at that time when I came. No.
so
Now,
how,
yes, but
but
not at
how,
that time.
so how was that?
Yeah, I had to do lots of things much better than anybody else
Right.
to fit in the society. That was how it is. That was how it was, and it still is now. But that time was more. It was when you walk in the street, you only see one or two black people, and everybody's blonde.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's too many black people here,
Now
more
it's
than before. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
now
yeah,
it's all mixed.
yeah.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. So did you, I mean, did you encounter any racism at the time, or were you quite accepted?
Racism always exists. It's
Yeah.
different kinds and all that. But I don't really care about racism. I think that when you care, when you show them that you care, when you give them that feeling that you care, that you know what they are doing is wrong, then they have won, and they seem to think they win the whole thing. So the commonest thing to do, or the normal thing to do, is just to avoid them, and
Mm-hmm.
not don't give them that don't give them that respect that they, or don't give them that that you know that they're doing something wrong, or you know that they're
Right.
doing something. Don't show them that. Don't just ignore them.
Yes.
Racism,
Rise
racism,
above it. Yeah.
racism is just nothing but ignorance.
It
It's
is.
just,
Yeah.
it is nothing. It's so just so simple, the ignorance. Because I have friends that are from they're white, and I speak daily on daily basis with them, and I do not speak on daily basis with my brother, the same father, the same mother.
Mm.
But this is just people are people, and it doesn't matter where they come from. It doesn't matter what the color they have. And
Yes.
this is also what I have in the new track. And
Change.
change, yeah,
Yes, of course. It's a great track. Tell me about
yeah.
it.
It's after all these years is a change. Is a dream, just as I have a dream, and it's all Martin Luther King influenced also. I listened to Martin Luther King a lot. I read a lot about Martin Luther King, and I just felt that freedom, it's a right, and freedom is not a privilege. Freedom will always be a right and will never be a privilege. So freedom to be a gay, or freedom to be married, or freedom to be a Muslim, or freedom to be a Christian, or freedom to be whatever.
Hmm. So you were talking about Martin Luther King. Another legend like him was, of course, Nelson Mandela.
Mm.
You met Nelson Mandela, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell
Yes, I
me about?
did.
Can you tell me about that? About how that came about?
If you check the video, the beginning of the video, you see a photo with me and Nelson Mandela in the beginning of the video. The video change. Well, I was in South Africa 1993, and we had a concert in Standard Bank Arena, Joburg. And we did it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it was packed. And when I look at the crowd, everybody was white.
Hmm.
At that point in time, I think South Africa had 36 million people. Now they are more. They are like 40, over 45, 46 million people now. And I thought like the 36 million people in South Africa, 28 million of them, they are blacks. And like 6, 7 million are white. So why is this concert full of white people? Where are the black people? We decided we had to go to Soweto to make a free concert for the people over there.
Yeah.
Since we didn't see them in the concert. So we packed everything. We went to Soweto, brought down the instrument. We started playing. That was a apartheid system then. That people should not gather together. Once people gather together, it's against the law. So we were told to leave within 5 minutes. So we had to leave. When we left Soweto, we could only play 1 or 2 tracks. Then we got a call from ANC, from their headquarters, that Mandela wanted to see us, because he went up, it would become a news flash. He went up everywhere. So we went to meet Mandela at the ANC headquarters in Joburg, and we sat down there, and he was asking me actually what happened. I told him that we felt that the presence of the black people in the concerts were very bad. I couldn't see. I could see 4 or 5. Each concert was 6,000 sold out. It was 4 days. I could see 4 or 5 black people in that concert. That's why I explained to Mandela what happened, and then he said, "Okay." He said, "Yes, this is the system. That's why we fought it, and that's why we are still fighting it." At that time, he was supposed to be the president, 94, but this was 93. So he asked me where I was from originally. I told him Nigeria. He was happy with Nigeria because he said Nigeria helped to fight apartheid system. He actually lived in Nigeria at a point in time. And he asked me where I'm living. I said Sweden. He said Sweden as well has done so much for ANC. So we had a good conversation, and he joked a lot. So young in mind, he joked a lot, and we were just laughing.
Amazing, amazing to have met, and I mean really a absolute living legend. What a man. Incredible, incredible what he endured and achieved in the end, and just an unbelievable story. um I know that Two Unlimited did something similar. I mean, I didn't get to meet Mandela, I don't think, but I know that they also they were quite angry about having to play for a white crowd,
Yes, yes,
and actually demanding in the end to set up a free concert, because at that point I think it was after apartheid, but they said, well, it's only the white people who can afford it. They were like, well, we'll just do a free concert then. So
yeah.
they did it, and I don't think that was much in the press, but I really do appreciate that.
But
They're all acts like that.
probably that was abolished. But when I was there, I was the first one. I was the first international
Yeah.
artist that could visit South Africa.
Yeah, no, I think this was after yeah, this was after. So basically
Yeah,
apartheid was
I would.
abolished,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but still at that point they would go to their gigs and the whole audience was white, because they said it was too
Yeah, there
expensive
was no money. Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah,
the black people.
yeah,
Right, and so they ended up doing a free concert.
yeah.
um so I was reading that you are Igbo originally, right?
Yes.
From the Igbo tribe.
Mm.
So what are the Igbo like? Because when I read the book from Trevor Noah, he was talking about the different tribes and how there's certain characteristics that really fit with the tribe. So, what would you say for Igbo?
Well, in Nigeria, the most industrious people in Nigeria, they are well educated, very
Mm-hmm.
well educated, industrious, and they build good homes, they love good lives, and discipline. So, good people, I may say.
So, and you've taken that with you. I mean, that's really been part of you as an artist, even.
I think so. I think they are very industrious
Yeah.
people. I think they are known in Nigeria, even though you might say anything about them, but they are very industrious people. They are really.
So, you also, for a while, I don't know if you still do that, you actually had an Dr. Alban awareness foundation. Is
Yes,
that still going? And what is it?
it's still going on. I'm too busy to be working with that all the time, but I every 4 years when we have election in Nigeria, it's very active every 4 years. So I'm gonna be active again 2023, because it's an election year in Nigeria. It's an awareness thing that I do every time. When there was AIDS, yeah, I did that. When we have COVID, and then now the election is coming in Nigeria. So I always want people to vote for the right candidate. Shun people giving you money to vote for them. Vote for the right candidate. Tell them what I think about this candidate and what I think about this candidate, what is good about this candidate and what I think about this candidate. And for the people that live in the interior that wouldn't have opportunities to to have social media with them.
So when you talk, for instance, about Hello Nations and No Coke, you seem to put a lot of messages in your music. And it's funny because living here in Belize, I hear it a lot on the radio here too. Like I hear a lot of music that have direct messages to people because I think, for instance, here in Belize, radio is really important. That's like the main way, the main form of communication. Of course, now the internet is coming through, but in every village there's everyone has their radios on, so if someone dies it's on the radio, if anything happens it's on the radio,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's how you let people know stuff, and also these messages. So was this something that you grew up with in Nigeria too? Is it the same kind of thing where a lot of social messages were put through music on the radio? Was that something you grew up with?
Definitely, it's the same. But
Really?
it's the
Okay,
same, the same.
interesting.
But now the one thing is that internet is so big, social media is so big in
Yeah.
Nigeria now, so it's like taking over. But when I grew
Yeah.
up, exactly what you said is how it was.
Huh.
Mm.
And so you took that
Yeah,
and then brought that to
yeah, yeah,
Europe and
yeah,
put that in
yeah,
your
yeah.
music. Wow. And tell me about, so you just did your track, your latest track with Whitney Payton. So tell me about her.
She's an upcoming rapper from Arizona, in the U.S., and still didn't meet her yet. Got in touch with her through a common friend. That's about it. I listened to her. I saw her on YouTube. I saw her moves, her rap, and then we sent her the song, and she came out with that, and I said, "Wow, sounded good," and that was it.
But you haven't met. How
Looking
funny.
forward to.
Wow.
Yeah,
The wonders of technology, huh? I mean, here we are. I'm in Belize, you're in Sweden, you're working with someone in Arizona. It's just it's amazing, isn't it? I love it.
yeah, it is. It is.
The It's like the whole world has just become quite small in that way.
Yeah.
Well, listen, thank you so much, Dr. Alban. It's been so wonderful catching up with you. I wonder how your track is going to do. It's a wonderful track. It's another good message, as usual.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
who would have thought that at this age you're still playing the game, you're still out there, you're still making music,
Yeah.
and you're looking youthful as ever.
Thank you. Thank you. I wake up every morning and I do like 5 to 10 kilometers a day. I walk, take a walk. and it's good. And then I have a small little gym at home, so I can do,
Wow.
yeah, some stuff.
Wow.
So,
So
but
that's
the most important thing is that I have to take a walk every day, 5 to 6 kilometers a day. I wouldn't. The minimum I could do is 5 kilometers. I could do up to
wow.
15 kilometers, but the minimum should be five.
Amazing.
Daily base,
Wow. So that's the
daily
secret.
basis. Yeah. Yes.
The doctor has just given us the secret to a long and healthy life. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute joy. Thank you.
How did it go with Dr. Alban?
It was good. It was a great discussion. It was fascinating finding out more about his life. And I found it interesting to hear, that he had been in a civil war, and it really kind of made him want to connect people, bring people together, and sing and rap about uplifting things and just get away from all the darkness. So I think that really stayed with him. Um, what I was a little bit annoyed about with myself was that I forgot to ask him about the press, because that was a big thing, right? The whole press.
Yeah.
Why couldn't we find that much press or any press really on him in the UK? After the interview, I sent him a message and asked him what the deal was, and he left me a voice message saying that he felt that the British press just wasn't taking him seriously, and that very quickly
I said that to
he
you.
realized, I don't even want to go there, and so yes, he consciously stayed away, specifically from the UK press. So there you go.
So, as I said, I think the only thing visible on him was Smash Hits in 1992 with Take That on the cover. That's about the best you're going to get if you want
Yeah.
a Dr. Alban poster on
Wow.
your wall and you want to relive your 90s youth.
That's it. Got to get the smash hits. But no, it was really it was a great interview, and he was in really good spirits. He's very excited about his new track. So yes, good luck with that, Dr. Alban. We're all rooting for you. Hope that's going to go really well.
I look forward to listening.